What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And what are we doing today? We are doing Dyno Day, and I am fucking excited. I swear. I'm really hoping it hits the 800 horsepower number. I wrote 800 horsepower or bust on the windshield because it's so dusty from sitting for what, fucking 4 months now probably. But yeah, it's already over at Dyno Brian's. As you saw in the last video, we got kind of scared with the noises it was making, but I was just down and dropped a bolt as we saw. But yeah, I'm about to head to work. I'm in the truck, but about to head to work here. And after work, we're gonna head over there. I believe my buddy Mike is gonna ride with me so we can attempt, hopefully it doesn't take too long, attempt to get the car over to work so I can leave it there and then take the truck home, and then we'll do the buttoning up stuff that I want to do at work on a lift, and then we'll be good to go. So I will see you guys when we're on the way over to Dyno Brian's. All right, guys, we're at Dyno Brian's shop. I guess we'll go see what's gonna go on here. 650, 557. A little more. 652, 559. A little bit more. Basically 560. Alright, well, we got the smaller pulley on. Everything's set, good to go. Brian's just putting a new tune in it. First pull, it made 626, I believe, on 7 pounds. Second was 650 on like 9 pounds, and then the third was 652 on about 9 pounds, I'm assuming. So this pulley's a lot smaller. We'll see what happens. What do you think, boys? It made 834. Holy shit! I was not expecting that much. Almost 700 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, it definitely sounded more spicy. Holy shit! I was hoping for close to 800. That's more than I was expecting. Fucking Christ! I'm gonna have to be careful with this motherfucker. Holy shit! This is fucking insane. That's fucking good shit, dude. That's impressive. That's just the first one. That motherfucker woke up, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, you could hear it too. Guys, I'm so fucking giddy right now. I can't believe it made that much power on the first rip on the small pulley. 16 pounds of boost. Oh, he's loading in the next tune, and we're gonna see if we can get a little more out of it, but we'll probably quit after that. But I am fucking happy. 6 heat soaked. That was a big boy. 837, 691. Damn near 700 foot-pounds of torque, boys. I say we stop there. I'm happy with that. All right, guys, this car is fucking insane. That last rip was 837 horsepower. I can't remember what the torque was. I'll put the picture up right here. But it was close to 700. But it's a spicy meatball, my guy. I hit it a little bit on the not even 20% throttle, and it's freaking insane. Oh, I'm still kind of shaking. I was not expecting this kind of craziness out of this car, but this Whipple kit overly passed my expectations. There's a couple things I got to fix and wrap up throughout the week, so I might give you an update in the next video. But yeah, I will see you in the next clip here in a second. I got a couple things. We got to move the car into the garage real quick, and I'll be right back. What's up, guys? Well, it's the next day. I wanted to do a lot more recording, like in between runs and stuff like that, but Brian Turner, Dyno Brian, whatever you want to call him, he had a very busy and spicy day. I think he did like 3 maybe cars before mine, and he was ready to get the fuck out of there. Because I had a plan set in motion, but I couldn't make all those things happen due to the fact that we were just trying to get in and get out type situation. But I did get all the runs recorded, at least the ones I was there for. I think I only missed maybe 1 or 2, maybe. May have just been 1 though. But at the beginning of the day, I was like, I really hope it hits numbers that I want, and it fucking over-delivered. But just a quick rundown. The first pull that I don't believe I was there for, let me open up my phone because I got a bunch of pictures. But the first pull that I wasn't there for, I believe, was 627. So the last it was Dyno, the car made 452 and 386 on the torque, and it was naturally aspirated off, obviously. So jumping up to 627, that's not too bad. It was only on 7 pounds of boost. It was on the 3.875 pulley, the big pulley, the pulley that the kit comes with from Whipple, and it was on 93. Now, Dyno Brian does not trust 93 octane as far as he can throw it. In his experience, he's seen nothing but trouble with it when it comes to boosted applications. It just isn't enough octane to support the amount of power you're trying to make. So he had that tune on 93 on a very, very conservative setup. Like, it was not a big power setup. So I was on the understanding that the thing was gonna make probably at least over 700 on 93, and it never did. And I was like, man, is this thing gonna make the 800? I was hoping it was going to. I mean, I was always hoping for 800, but I was realistically thinking it was probably gonna be like between 750 to 780 on the E85 setup with the smaller pulley. But I digress. But essentially, like I said, 627. I don't remember what the hell the torque was. I didn't take a picture of that graph, but it made 627 on the first pull when I wasn't there, and then he messed around with some timing, and let me open my phone again and shut off. He made the second run, and it made 650. And I don't think I took a picture of that one either, but I can't imagine the torque was much off from the third one. But I'm like, okay, 650 ain't too bad. And then he cleaned up some of the fuel and was gonna make the last pull for the 93. And it did 652.4, but 652 horsepower and 559.9, so 560 foot-pounds of torque. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty happy with that as far as 93 goes. I'm probably not going to rip on it all that much on 93. That's the one I don't really give 2 fucks about, to be honest. But that's pretty good numbers for keeping it very conservative and safe to save all the extra spiciness for the E85 setup, right? So I'm like, hey, I can't be mad at that one bit. So furthermore, we can go to the next pull, which would have been when we decided to switch it up with the E85, the 3.375 pulley instead of the 3.875. And I think that was it. Yeah, we just switched the fuel and the pulley. And I swear to God, we missed some of the best moments when shit's not on camera. If it was a much more chilled day and we didn't have to be so quick with it, this would have made for a really funny moment, but sorry about that. It would have made for a really funny and just an iconic us moment. So we had to drain the fuel, and the thing was, I had a plan of like, hey, we'll take the car off the dyno, I'll jack the car up, I'll pull the feed line under the car that goes up to the fuel filter off, because there's a bunch of extra slack, and I can get it from under the car and into the can to drain the 93 out of it, because when you're going full balls, you want to make sure no 93, no pump gas is in the motherfucker. So that was the plan, but he was in a rush to get home, which I can't blame the guy. I mean, he'd been in there since early in the morning, and he's ready to go the fuck home, and so were we. So so we made it work. I found a feed line to disconnect under the hood that went up to the Y block, if you guys remember from the last video. And we got it out, but it didn't come out enough to actually like get it to the can. And I was like, bro, this is gonna make such a fucking mess. But I mean, we were out of options here. I mean, he said he'd be fine with taking it off and doing all that shit. He didn't want to. And I was like, well, I don't want to keep him any longer than I have to. So it was either Michael's idea or mine, I can't remember. But we're like, I got an idea. Don't laugh, Brian, but I got an idea. So, sorry. I'm still getting over the sinus bullshit. But I come back with the jack handle for Andy's jack that I borrowed, and it's a fairly new jack, so the handle's new, so I wasn't worried about anything nasty going in there. But we used the jack handle as a funnel. And it was just the funniest shit. I really wish I could have had the camera on for this. We were just in such a rush trying to get in and out, but we taped up the center section of the jack handle where it's got the little squeezy ball thing where it clicks in so it wouldn't leak out of there. And wouldn't you believe it, we didn't spill a single fucking drop. And when I was walking up the fucking dyno, and Brian was like, what the fuck do you plan on doing with that? It was just the funniest fucking thing. I was like, hey, it's not ghetto, it's not sketchy, and it's not redneck if it works. But let's see if it works first. And sure as shit, it fucking worked. But we got it drained out. I did find out I have some sort of issue with probably one of my fuel floats in the tank, because it stopped flowing fuel and it still said I had a quarter tank. So there's something going on squirrely with that. Like I've been saying, I plan on getting the car over to Krieger so I can get the car up on a rack, and I was planning on taking the tank down so I can remove all the old fuel lines and stuff that doesn't need to be in there anymore. So I can diagnose that once I actually do that. But so I'm like, hey, it's not the end of the world. We tried starting it once we got everything together with no fuel in it, just to see, and it didn't start, so we know there's no fuel in it. So yeah, so that was that adventure. So we got the E85 in there, we got the pulley on, and got both the tensioners tight, and we were good to go. So we went to the the local E85 that Brian has tested to be pretty good. E85 tests pretty high. So we went over there, grabbed our fuel, came back, filled it with like 11 gallons or so, and let her rip. And this is what truly surprised me, and I truly think it's because he was so conservative on that 93 tune, because it was such a big jump. And you saw my reaction prior in this video after it happened. This thing overdid itself in my book. Like, I did not expect this to happen by any means, because quote unquote this is like the base tune for the E85 smaller pulley race fucking tune ready to go, you know? So I'm expecting to hit like maybe 700, because I haven't even hit 700 yet. The highest we saw was 652, right? So I'm like, it'll probably be like mid 700s, right? So he hits it, and first fucking pull on the E85 small pulley setup was 833.9 horsepower, which is basically 834. We can round that motherfucker up. And it was also 683 foot-pounds of torque, exactly. I was like, okay. I mean, we're sub 700 foot-pounds of torque. We're sub like 840 or so wheel horsepower. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. I cannot believe it jumped that much from a 93 setup to that. Like, that is stupid. And again, it was a conservative tune and whatnot, but fuck, I was like, going from what the car was before to now to this to that, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is insane. So then he makes one more pull after that, or actually there's two more pulls, but he makes an additional pull after that, and it dropped, and it went down to 771 on the horsepower, but it was 685 and a half for the torque, which I believe was a little more. Yeah, it was like 2 torque more. I was like, huh. And he was working his magic, so I wasn't trying to bother him, so I was sitting there for a minute, and then his buddy was there, and I was like, you think it just got heat soaked or something? Even though I know it probably shouldn't get heat soaked, because I upgraded the heat exchanger and all this other shit to prevent it. He's like, no, apparently something went squirrely, and the throttle plate went closed towards the end of the pull. I was like, oh, okay. So Brian did some tweaking with all that shit in the tune and made the final pull of the night. And the final pull, it made 837.4 horsepower. So I've been just rounding it up to 840 because it's just a couple horsepower shy. So I'm pretty fucking happy with those numbers. I'm more than ecstatic with those numbers. All these people are like, bro, you're crazy, it ain't gonna make that kind of power. I'm like, I have a feeling it's gonna make that kind of power. And then the max torque was basically 700 foot-pounds. It was, again, I'm rounding it up a little more than I did on the horsepower, but it's 691.7, so 692. It's within 6 or so, or 8, whatever. Math is hard. But I'm fucking ecstatic with those numbers. And for all the commenters or the people online or blah, 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 these aren't internet numbers, as Dyno Brian likes to call them. These are uncorrected numbers, meaning it's raw power. It's not standard, it's not SAE, it's not any of that bullshit. It's just what the car fucking makes. So if we were to give it the internet number, I guarantee you it's probably hitting 850, 700 plus foot-pounds of torque. So I don't give a fuck about those numbers. The numbers I'm gonna give everybody are the numbers that are raw. It was the same deal with the car before. I made 452 and it was raw. So yeah, it was one hell of a day. It overexceeded my expectations. The fucker fucking rips, as you saw. Like, I didn't go full balls by any means, like I said earlier in the video, but it fucking scared me. Even though I didn't give it that much throttle, like I said, like 20-25% maybe. It's gonna take some time to get used to, that's for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Like, it was one hell of a day. I just stay tuned for future videos and future content, man. This thing is gonna change everything as far as the drag strip's concerned. I'm sure I'm gonna be spinning and not winning, but it's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this fucking Whipple 3-liter journey as much as I have. Been some ups and downs, blood, sweat, and tears. But hell, it's my car, and it didn't disappoint, as always. So, man, I'm still just fucking shaking, bro. It's the next day, and I'm still fucking shaking. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.